Yeah, go for it.
So, it's really amazing to be here on this Scorpio dark moon with a fellow moon lady, Indra. And we just thought we'd do a little video chat, really, and just go with the flow and see what comes up. And we're both kind of recognizing that we're in the autumn of our lives. So we're moving into this phase of perimenopause, moon pause, and all the changes that go with it. So, Indra, do you want to introduce yourself a little bit?
Yeah, well, I'm Indra, Silent Moon, and I work similar to Rachel, but differently. And I do a lot of work with female groups, working with retreats. My main retreat is called WOW, the Wild One Weekend. And the whole purpose behind WOW is to get women together to actually really look at who and what they are. I'm talking about menopause right now, perimenopause. I've noticed that the women that are coming to me at WOW are just really wanting to sort of sit in that space of who and what am I right now, and where is my life taking me, which I think this will be my fourth one in January, and it's just been very interesting to see us holding space for each other as well, which we all need, which we just spoke about earlier, about this community that we actually need. So yeah, WOW is coming to, my early bird is coming to a close on Friday, so if you're interested, I'll put the details up here for January's retreat, which will be the first residential that I'm doing. And then obviously I work with flower essences as well. I create my own by moonlight. So it's all moon work.
Yeah. It's all about the moon.
It's all about the moon.
Yeah. And just really noticing, it's one of the things that, my intention with women is getting them to kind of really drop into their womb space, but also noticing the effect of the moon. Yeah. Obviously we have our moon cycle and our moon time bleeding cycle, which just starts to go haywire as we move into perimenopause. And you start to feel like you don't have a map anymore. And I think that's
a perfect way of putting it, Rachel. Don't have a map.
Yeah, that's it. If you've been particularly someone who's charted their cycle and kind of or gone with the moon, and suddenly it all kind of shifts, it feels like you've lost your foundation a little bit.
Yeah.
And you can really feel like you say, these women are kind of coming together going, I don't know who I am. I don't know what I want to do anymore. I know I don't want to do this anymore, but where am I going? What's it all about? It's kind of...
And the thing is, it's taken so lightly. And we were just saying, weren't we, whether this is going to be part of the call or not. I'd like to add this in what you said, because I think it's really important, that there should be a time out. There should be a time out where we're actually honoured and looked after. If we were in a community, we would be held and our space would be held. But it's just not taken seriously anymore, and I think men also need to understand it as well, hugely, because they think, what the hell's going on with my woman? She's all over the bloody place, and then that leads to a lot of broken marriages, a lot of broken relationships, when there's no understanding of what's really going on with her.
Absolutely.
So
the statistics are something like 60% of divorces happen with women going through menopause, which it's really high, and it's not to be laughed at because it's serious, isn't it? And also, a lot of sort of some of the things I've noticed are that men can't handle it, and they end up going for the younger women.
Yeah.
Because we're coming into our power. That's what's actually happening.
Yeah.
And it can feel really scary. So there's a real kind of process of, like you were saying, if we could just drop into the process and not have to look after the kids and cook the dinner and work and all that kind of stuff, how much better it would be. But actually, because we're not allowed to, or we don't allow ourselves, whatever it is, we end up really wobbly, we end up with rage, we end up with, 30 hot flushes a day and all that, feeling like we're going crazy. It's interesting. I remember getting my first hot flush, and I went, "Oh, this is quite nice. I feel really warm." I text my sister, and my sister was just like, "Wait until you're having 30 a day in the middle of summer." And I was just like, "Oh my God, this is..." Oh. So, for me, it was a real kind of like, okay, there's a call here, and what's my body calling me to do? Really up my self-care, really look at my diet, support my liver, all the basics.
Yeah.
So, yeah, but I mean, if we had more time, like, you know, your residential weekend sounds amazing, where you're in a circle of women and you're able to explore these things and also hear other women saying the same thing, so you don't feel like you're going mad.
Absolutely. Well, we do actually. That's what we get from WOW, which is why I was asked to make it residential next time so that we could really like submerge ourselves into each other. I've got a few new ones coming, but most of us have met each other before. But it doesn't matter because we tend to be all going through the same thing or similar. We all attract each other. We're all mirrors of each other, and it's just wonderful because when you walk away from it, you really feel supported and held by each other. And I know the work you do as well. It's so needed. I mean, I'm really open and honest. And yesterday I had a day of it was beautiful outside, and I know part of me wanted to go out for a walk, but you know what? I came home and I just cried. I cried and cried and cried and just needed to, like, floods of tears for, I couldn't even tell you what. You know, when a teenager's going, you know, when they're going through adolescence, I just don't know what it's about. I can't tell you. And it's exactly like that, you know? I don't know why the fuck I'm crying.
It is exactly like that. And this is what I say to a lot of the women. You're literally polar opposites to that puberty, except we've got 30 years of baggage hanging over. And that's the stuff we kind of have to look through, because it does come and bite you on the backside. Any of the issues that you haven't dealt with will come and bite you on the arse.
Yes. Yeah, and that's what's coming up for me, certainly in this this dark moon time. Yeah. Is that also I'm a Scorpio, so birthday next month. Always during like my birthday time, there's some big shit that'll need shifting, you know, for me for the next year. I always class my new year as my birthday, not January the 1st. It's always 11th of November. That's it. So we're moving up to that, and then I know there'll be a big shift. I don't usually wear black either, which is another thing. I love black, but I'm not a massive wearer of black. I like colour, but I felt the real need to be like...
I'm a bit the same. Yeah, the last few days I've been the same, and I just recognise it's that dark moon energy. It's kind of really pulls you in. Don't really want to be around people. Don't want to talk to anyone. Leave me alone. I mean, we kind of like debating whether to even do this chat, weren't we? Because it's like,
well, should we do it live? No, I feel a bit vulnerable for live. You know? But it's also about, I mean, this chat I think is really important because it's also about giving women and men permission to just be who the hell they are, and you know, not feel they have to put on a load of makeup to go onto Facebook and do a live, but to have a chat with a mutual friend or colleague who works similar. People want to hear real. People want to connect with that, and I know us two can really offer that. Will you say a little bit about what you're doing at the moment? That's for you're doing it on the 1st of November because it's really important.
Yeah, so I've got a online teaching, I call it, which is called Broken Basket Woman, and I created this a couple of years ago when I just felt like I'm hoping I was in the depth of my perimenopause. It's possible there's more to come because I'm not out of the woods yet. But I just felt so broken, and I felt like I needed to kind of weave myself back together. So it's just my offerings of the tools that I use, I continue to use. And what I've done this time, which is different, is I'm offering a Facebook support group to go with it. Because it's, it is that community, and I live in the middle of nowhere. I'm out in the sticks, so gathering women to come to me can be quite difficult. Yeah. So that's why I decided I'd have a go at doing it online and holding that space. So not everyone resonates with that broken basket woman, but I certainly felt really broken. And it is, I quite like that metaphor of we're weaving ourselves, finding who we are again and making a new basket. It's like,
I love that analogy. I really see that. It's just beautiful. Yeah. I do resonate with that, which is why I'm part of the group, because I do resonate with it. Yeah. Totally do. And I like the fact that you said, you still don't know what's coming, because we don't, do we?
No,
we don't know what's clearing, when it's clearing, and
And there's always more. I mean, that's the thing. It's like you're never done. There's always more layers. You can go over the same thing about 4 or 5 times and just go deeper each time, and it's actually part of a really magical healing self-discovery journey, but I know for a lot of women going through perimenopause, they can just feel lost and not know. So for me, that, like you were talking about, that community and having other women to just share with is so important.
Yeah, absolutely. It really is. So that starts on, does it start on Friday?
Well, it's open now, but I'm closing the doors on Friday. So if you want to join, it's open now. So it's on my website. We'll put links below this somewhere for both of us.
And then my early bird for WoW runs out on Friday as well. So we've both got things going on for the 1st of November. So and we're both very much worth working with. Because we've done so much self work. That's one thing I know we both do. And like you say, that it's never ending. And I know working with people that they think that often I've only got this to clear and that's it. It's you have to have the strength to be able to really go deep and go, okay, I've cleared this, now there's something else, because life's always shifting, life's always changing, and we're always moving forward. So there's always something to work on. Absolutely. Always something to work on. It's how we deal with it. It's how we react. Respond, don't react. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah, totally. Yeah. I've got a little boy coming to distract me. Come and say hi to Indy. Come here. This is my youngest. So mothering through perimenopause.
Hello. How are you?
You first. We'll go and put something else on them. Go on. Okay. Distracted by TV.
Half term.
Exactly. It's half term and his big sister's gone for a play, so he's all on his own.
Bless him.
This is the reality of life, and it's interesting because it's one of the things that I wish I'd had an elder who'd said to me, do you know what, when you're going through perimenopause, little voices chatting to you all day long will send you bonkers. So I have to really prioritise getting away and having a bit of time on my own. Yeah,
I would find that very difficult. Yeah, I mean, my 15-year-old does talk, but I think she's very aware when Mum switches off, because I think she can see it in my eyes.
Yeah.
So I have to do it. I mean, God, hats off to you for doing it, and there's plenty of other women out there doing it as well.
Absolutely. So, I mean, weekends like yours just make my eyes kind of go, oh my God, that'd be amazing. You can just get a bit of time off, a bit of retreat time for me. I think often as women we can also do things like that as long as it's work related, or I'm going to get some CPD points or whatever, and it's like actually it's really important to just nourish yourself and do something that's just for you.
Yeah, and I think with this particular WOW, I'm just going to make sure that it's, although I don't follow a structure, it's just not my cup of tea. I'm just not a structure-y person. So there is a little bit of a map going on, talking of maps, but I always go with what the energy is, what's going on in the room at the time, because we just never know. And this time it's going to be a brand new experience because we're going to be living with each other for a full weekend. So the Friday is actually new moon. I always manage to do a WOW over full on new moon. I don't do it purposely. It just lands at that time. So we will be doing a ritual on the Friday night, just to support the whole weekend. But yeah, it should be really good. So it will be, because they all have been so transforming for all the women that have taken part. So, and your group on Friday as well. So join it, because if you want the support. The thing is, if you want the support, I've noticed people say they don't have the support. The support is actually there.
Yeah, you've got to find your tribe, haven't you? It's finding your tribe, finding the people that you resonate with, and that's what happened with Indra and I. We kind of, followed each other on Instagram, met in real life, and we're like, oh my God. There's like a recognition, isn't there, of like, we've both got tattoos on our hands. There's just all these little signs of like, oh, you're my kind of person.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. And I have a Mad Hatter cup. Says it all really at this point in time.
Brilliant.
Well, thank you, my love. That's brilliant. I shall be there in the group.
Wonderful.
On Friday.
Wonderful.
Weaving my basket womanness.
Yes.
My weave.
Amazing. And do check out all of Indra's beautiful flower essences and her products. I've got some of her sprays and things, and they're just gorgeous. The first time I sprayed, I was just like, oh my God, this is heaven. I just want to spray it on me all the time.
Thank you. I do actually run a 2 monthly support group as well on Facebook for people who haven't taken flower essences before, or have, but want to have that transformative journey, but with a group. Because a lot of people just don't like doing the work on their own, and I do understand that as well, because it's deep healing, you know. So I do run that every 2 months. There is a group, so the next one will start on the 1st of December with Liquid Mistress, which is the camellia, the energy of passion. So we will be looking at passion and creative energy December, January, taking us into the new year. So
sounds amazing.
That will be fun.
Yeah. Thanks, Indra. Sounds awesome. Take care.